Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those who are new, I know you can benefit. So it's Sunday evening. I busted butt today. Just on doing stuff outside with my husband. And my husband is incredibly strong, just physically strong. And one thing that I really love about him is that when I would absolutely choose to probably just be in bed from Friday to Monday morning, I'm like, overwhelmed or tired from my week, he's a go-getter. Even if he's worked all week, he'll be like, okay, so what are we going to do? So what project do we have? So where are we going to go today? And I'm like, what? Huh? Who-y, what-y? I'm like, how's sleeping sound? It's just awesome that we complement each other that way. So he had a fantastic project in the backyard, even though it was 107. And even in the evening, like even right now, it's still 96. To get out there and muck the stalls and, clean up like all the wood and tools and stack them and sweep down the patio and prep stuff. We've had just an above ground pool for some time that we've absolutely never set up because our life just got in the way, and he still has a tremendous desire to make it happen. And I love that because swimming is my very best exercise, bar none. Even though I've been rebounding for the last 6 months, and I love it, 7 months, and I'm thrilled to do it. But man, being in water and swimming, I was a water baby, literally. I wasn't born in the water, but as quickly as possible, I was in the water on swim team at 3 years old, winning swim meets with the butterfly, and, always on swim team all through elementary school, high school, and even junior college. It was just such a part of my life. So I would absolutely love that. But I didn't expect to be out there in this weather. But he gave me the courage to do it. And what I loved about it, for some time now, I have been doing the rebounders, so for like 7 months, but also doing my arms, because as a grown-up, I just haven't used my arms. I mean, seriously, as a child, oh my goodness, I was on swim team, basketball, volleyball, drill team. Like, I used my arms every minute, but no, as an adult, no, barely ever. So I was really happy to be able to physically lift some stuff and keep up with him in ways that I've never been able to before. And I'm going to only look more forward to that all the time as I continue to gain health and strength in my body. So one thing is that I was really tempted today. And I know it's because I was so busy, I barely even ate. And also, I don't have groceries, sorry to say. So I did have some stuff, though, available to me. But I was immediately going, oh, I don't have the courage. Oh, I can't make that. Oh, I'm so tired. And before I knew it, everything looked incredibly tempting and stuff that is absolutely not my food. And I started negotiating with myself and saying, well, that's just kind of not my food. I was playing all the games that I play. If for Tannyraw, and I know I mention her all the time, but it's because she's so phenomenal and such a fantastic resource for anybody who wants to be vegan, raw vegan in particular, or just improve your life. And, she's on every social media platform. You can find Tannyraw. And I know in her YouTube videos, she teaches about how to do journaling and how to do goal setting. And she always uses a target similar to the target that Target uses. That's a lot of targets, but the bullseye, right? And in the middle, and please find her video because the details are far more extensive than I'm going to touch on. But in the middle is what you always do for your health. And then the first ring out is what you sometimes do. And the next ring is what you never do, what you will never do. And so for me, I am always going to choose raw over cooked. I'm always going to choose raw. But in my outer ring, sometimes I will have cooked, because sometimes I make like a really hearty vegetable soup, which I enjoy. And I certainly don't get it to boiling or overcook it, but I will heat up a soup that I've made myself, right? There's just sometimes I will never eat animal products or animal byproducts knowingly. I consciously choose to do that. I'm done with that. I'm so happy to just be clean, clean, clean. So, how did I get through my temptation? I'm glad you asked, because it was insanity. I haven't been white knuckling the last couple of weeks, but when I'm up against a temptation, I do. So, what I wanted to do was revisit the urge jar. And you can see that my urge jar is seriously filling up, because this is a good sized jar. And I don't know, there's probably 60 or 70 beautiful glass beads in there. And the way that the urge jar works, and it's by Brooke Castillo, and I will remind you of that in the comments, the description of the video. Brooke Castillo of the Life Coach School. And the thing is, what she recognized in all of her research was that the brain has two brains, and one of them is primal, and that's your little kid. And the little kid is just in survival mode. They're going to do whatever it takes to survive. And so that primal brain is the one that wants it now. I want it now. And usually, if you can just sit through that desire, for a few minutes, if you can remove yourself from the desire, you will most likely make it through that temptation. But when that little kid is fit throwing, much like a child in a grocery store, the parent usually just wants to appease them and say, fine, whatever, just eat the dang thing and calm down. And it's the same thing. When I'm tempted, it's like, sorry, I'm looking at something on here. When I'm tempted, I'm just like, oh, God, just give it to me. And if I could just have blank, 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 if I can just get through that comfort food, if I can just, fill myself up for the moment, whatever it is. I've had the courage to absolutely choose not to eat at those moments, and maybe choose to rebound, to get my mind off of it, to drink more water, to enjoy something like flavored herbal tea. Certainly at night when the kitchen is closed, I will have a delicious hot tea. But today I was just kind of going crazy, and I was like, what am I going to do? And several times my husband was like, what are you doing, honey? Where are you? How come you're in the house again? I was secretly running in to grab this is where I keep all of my extra beads in here. And I was talking to my inner child, my little primal brain, saying, I'm so proud of you for abstaining from that temptation that I'm putting another glass bead in our urge jar. And I probably put in like 7 today. And I was proud to do it. And praise God, I made it through my day. So again, if you just put in the urge jar in the search engine, the podcast most likely will come up by Brooke Castillo, and she will tell you all of the benefits of the urge jar. But as my own personal testimonial, I am so happy to have that resource. My 2 major resources in a Tannyraw talk, because the girl is just steadfast in her belief in the need to be well. And the urge jar, they're saving me. All right, so I just wanted to check in. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow when we celebrate another week towards our 45-week countdown of the best version of ourselves in the new year. I hope you'll join us if you haven't. As always, like if you like, subscribe if you want, and until we talk again, know that I pray for you and that you're blessed.